Hello everyone and welcome for another video of Love and War Games, and today this is the first battle report of Dystopian Wars 4th edition on our channel. We already made a full, very well worked video on HiigyTV's channel, so have a look in the description. It's in French, but there are some automatic English subtitles if you want to take a look, and it works pretty well. So this was the very big discovery where we talk about the game systems in depth. Here we're gonna make a smaller, shorter battle report because we wanted to practice and we're like, might as well film it as well. We're going to play 1500 points, and today, to play against my French alliance, we have today
Camille with my Sultanate.
very well. It's been a while we didn't see Sultanate on the channel, and he's now officially our Sultanate player. He's also going to play Sultanate for Armored Clash, so this is going to be really fun. We're not going to film everything. We didn't receive yet all the equipment, all the new cards, the new tokens and everything. So forgive us if there is still the old 3rd edition tokens and everything. We are going to make do, so we're not going to make an in-depth battle report. There is going to be, though, a how to play video, probably quite long, with everything you need for how to play 4th edition. It's going to be really tutorial and not a real battle report. So expect this later on once I receive the material. Here is going to be a usual short battle report. We're still going to try to show off what is new in 4th edition, but it's not going to be a how to play tutorial. If you want that, either HiigyTV or the one that we will release in a while. With that being said, let's go for the lists and the deployment. Okay, so scenario-wise, we are playing 1500 points, so you can see all this area here is out of limit, so we play on this little map. As we said, Alliance is fighting the Sultanate for control of those islands, and this scenario is going to be quite easy and short because we didn't want to make something too complex. We need to control the island in the center, making one action which is going to put some troops depending on your mass. The more you have points, and we also have, of course, victory points from killing different ships, and that's going to be it. We're not trying to play competitive, we're trying to get the feel of how the 4th edition actually plays. So Camille, what did you bring for the Sultanate? I see some mixed forces.
Yes, indeed. So today I bring the Temir and Constantinople.
Okay, so
Right.
little frigates and little Constantinople. Okay, they're aircraft carriers which changed a lot in 4th edition.
We have my flagship, my Hurem, with full heavy gun battery and
Wow.
little escorts.
Okay, very well, with a heavy shield generator that cannot be changed anymore.
My traditional, signature, the 3 Sadrazam.
Yeah, they were very powerful last time.
So today we're gonna see how they do in V4.
Yep,
And in support, so we're gonna have the Konya.
the Konya, the repair ship.
And in the air, we have the Nasser and the little complicated to say.
Al-Sakr.
Al-Sakr.
If someone speaks Arabic or Egyptian, let us know, is it pronounced Al-Sakr? We would like to know. And 3 Nasser, which is very powerful with heavy gun batteries and stuff. They used to be terrible in the 3rd edition, and we'll see if they got better in 4th. Apparently yes, but we need to practice. Very happy that the Turkish aerials got a boost. So again, like a big threat in the center, all the aerials here to stay away from my anti-air, and we'll see like a little bit. Well, I can show you my list. The Temir are here because I deployed with forward deployment my 3 Sirens. We're gonna start with this. And they were really here, threatening the back of the Constantinople, so I deployed here. And then they also have redeployment, like a deceptive deployment, and they can still redeploy with forward deployment, and they're here, threatening the center. So this is my forward scout. They have, of course, hit lancet, all 3 of them. So at point blank, they're really going to do a lot of damage. Hit lances are not anymore devastating like in 3rd edition, but they can convert counters into hits, so that can be very powerful. They're much more stable in breaching the armor. My main force is deployed here. There we can see I have 4 Honor with rockets. Those little guys are going to be my main anti-air force. They're going to have to go quite far because he deployed in the opposite, of course, but at least it has a bubble of threat. To face the center, I have 2 big activations. My first one is going to be my first flagship, the Oriflamme, with 2 attached écuyères and some escort ships. Heavy shield generator in the back and full gun battery. It's going to go straight for the melee. And in front of the Sadrazam, I'm going to have 3 Loire, also with 2 attached écuyères, full gun batteries everywhere. and they're just gonna rush down and try to shoot as much as they can. They're not anymore the Raton Laveur, this doesn't exist. anymore. And last but not least, for sure, the Magenta, my second flagship, to allow me to have a Levant battle fleet to get some boost, shield generator in the back, and full gun batteries, and it's gonna charge down the hostile aerials. That is it for the deployment. I have initiative because I have less activations and I finished deploying first, and now who deploys first chooses for the initiative. We're gonna make a first couple turns and we're gonna show you still some activations, some important ones, and to see how it actually feels and how it rolls. So let's meet after a few activations or whenever there is a big attack. Okay, first activation is going to be the Magenta, and we'll take this opportunity to teach you a little bit about how attacks happen. Just to know, at the beginning of the turn, he before anything activates, he sent his SRS token, 4 on the Siren and 4 on that Siren. So we'll see how it goes when it happens. So just to show you the little new data sheets, I have the Magenta, and it has 2 actions. We'll go, of course, more in detail when we make the how to play video, but we have 2 actions. I have 2 actions. One of them is going to be the aerial torpedo salvo, which I'm going to send on the L-Sacker, because otherwise they are unconventional target like aerial. It's hard to hit them. With aerial torpedoes, they are aerial, so I don't have this malus, like this penalty. Good. And then I'm going to put all my gun batteries on this Sadrazam. So it's going to be like 26 dice. You know how it works for veteran players. You combine weapons, still the same. Okay. What changed is that you have your defense all the time. So I'm going to throw 5 dice for the aerial torpedo salvo, and the L-Sacker is going to have defense of 4 on this. And he has armor of 2, hull of 3, and his light vessel, it's written somewhere, so he's not even going to be crippled, he dies outright. Okay, very well. And for the Sadrazam, even though it's an attack with gun battery, he's also going to have his defense of 7, 4 of armor and 10 of hull points, so technically I need at least 40 hits to be able to kill him outright in one single salvo, maybe a little bit more even if I lose some hits because I don't breach the armor. So that is what is going to happen. We're going to roll in front of you just for this first time. First, my aerial torpedo salvo from the Magenta on the L-Sacker. So I'm gonna roll it here. I have no special reroll or anything. I have 1 explosive. I don't have any reroll, so I make 1 explosive here, and that's gonna be it. I have 4 hits. It's not amazing. Let's see the defense roll. Defense roll being 1 counter, so I go from 4 to 3, which is only 1 hull point. So he loses 1, he has 2 hull point left. Okay. And now the heavy gun battery of the Magenta on the Sadrazam. He used a car, like we use the old one, but it still exists in the new version, to count explosives as heavy counters. So first I'm gonna make my attack roll, which is 7 explosives, that's good. So yeah, 7 explosives. Making none others, okay. And we're gonna make the defense roll, 7 dice, no explosives, but still set 7 counters. So I will remove some and we'll count. So that is 24 hits on the nose. So what this is going to happen, it's 24 divided by 4 is 6. So I breach 6 times the armor. He loses 6 hulls, he has 4 left. And since I did at least as much as his mass, or even a bit more, in hull points, he takes a point of disorder. That is how damages work in Dystopian Wars. We're not going to show too much in detail anymore. Let's keep going. The Magenta did quite some damage, I'm happy, on this Sadrazam. Alright, we had a couple more activations on the Sultanate side. First, we had the L-Sacker doing a ton of damage on the Magenta. Even though he was aerial, they had barrage and aerial weapons. They did 2 points of damage on this poor guy, I think, or even 3 points of damage, actually, on the Magenta. And then the Nasser, or those, had some gun batteries which didn't even make 1 point of damage, because being unconventional target, since it is aerial and Levant, only 6s or explosives are needed to hit. And then a poor, unlucky attack roll and a good defense roll made only 1 point of damage off the Magenta from the light rocket. It was like 30 dice of attack and 5 dice of defense. Statistically, I should have had a big slap in the face. Luckily, it was not the case, luckily for me. And on this side of the mat, I had this guy. I tried to make them Levant as well, but he countered my card. So one guy was not in range and barely had 2 dice instead of 10. They made a full rocket barrage on the Hurem and doing, I think, like 5 points of damage. It was a really good roll for me. Like, luck again. Luck is what I count on to win. And since I did at least his mass, we checked, it's at least the mass, then he gets a point of disorder. First point of disorder doesn't matter, but if he gets a second one, he's going to start to have less and less efficient shooting attacks. So indeed, only hitting on heavy hits and explosives, and at some point, only hitting on explosives. So that is good for me. We're still playing, still discovering. Let's continue the first turn. We had a couple more activations. Here, the Siren moved and did 1 point of damage on this Sadrazam, which left his whole point and everything behind. But he did lose 1 point of damage. Then the Sadrazam in answer activated. By the way, there was an aerial attack which breached twice my armor, and then I have negation lock and -1 to my armor. Ouch. So the Sadrazam came here. They did 3 points of damage with a good roll with the torpedoes right there. And now they're throwing 42 dice, 7 dice per heavy gun batteries. And as you can see, they have 6 of them. Ouch. So 42 dice, I'm going to have 6 dice of defense thanks to my escorts and stuff. But still, he might kill me outright. I have 5 wounds left. So if he makes 20 hits, I will be crippled outright, but not dead. Let's see how the roll is going to be.
For the Sultan,
Yeah, but the Sultanate is angry today. Oh my god.
it's for the Hurem. You destroy too much.
You know what? I'm going to make my defense roll in the meantime so we can get over it with -5. That is way too many explosives for my taste.
9 explosive.
Okay, good roll. So 9 explosives, making another explosive, making another explosive. Wow,
Kill a double.
I might be dead outright. Let's calculate this. Okay, without much surprise, like he's dead, crippled, and 3 explosives and everything. And then about 10 hits more. This Loire is absolutely obliterated. And since it is mass 3, everyone within 3 inches, so the entire formation, takes 1 point of disorder and 1 point of damage. Good job of him to shoot on the one in the middle. Okay, there we are finishing the turn. There has been quite a bit of damage left and right to finish the turn. The Temir went here, did 1 point of damage on 1 honor, and that's it. Doing nothing with the torpedoes on the Oriflamme. The Oriflamme made a big attack on the Hurem. It was not good enough to cripple him, but he's 1 point away from being crippled. This starts to be very interesting. Those guys are not dead, but they're very close to be. They're still submerged. I don't think they will survive the end of the turn. The Alliance has a capacity to make a double activation. It's one of the only factions that can still do it in the game. I might try this early second turn to try to make a 1-2 punch, because attrition-wise, the Sultanate is winning. I need to try to do something to catch up. We'll see what techniques I use to catch up with this. I have bigger units, which might help, but I do need to have them alive before they activate. Nobody has control of the island yet, so only attrition works, and for now he has killed some units. I have not. Though I did keep some cards for initiatives and stuff, so I had 1 card left. I will use this at the beginning of the second turn to gain initiative. Then we take 6 cards and we will see how it goes. Beginning of the second turn, we will first start with the SRS from the Constantinople, and then first activation, maybe activations for the Alliance. Okay, something quite fun happened actually. So I tried to activate a card to remove the navigation lock. He countered by far. We are here, and since I'm gonna die anyway, like I got an air attack with 5 cripple, as soon as I lose my armor, this guy explodes by far. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna charge down and make a point-blank attack. Everybody's at point-blank by then. Everybody's shooting here, and since I'm making a sacrificial attack, he's like, you know what, I'm gonna show you sacrificial attacks. And he's sacrificing both his escorts to gain not +2 dice as usual, but +6. I have 15 dice with Solex though, so I'm gonna turn some counters into heavies, and I will have some hazardous tentative as well. 15 dice. Okay, 1 explosive. This becomes a hit, and this becomes a hit. This I cannot transform it because I don't have the supercharged Solex generator, unfortunately, but I do have an explosive. Okay. let's now take a look at the very powerful defense roll of the Sultanate.
We are the best defensive faction.
Best everything, best movement faction, best offensive faction. 13 dices of defense, 7 base plus 6.
You see, best attack faction.
Best attack. Oh my god, that would be a very powerful attack. My god, look at that. But it's only -3 in defense.
Nothing in defense, only in attack.
Very.
The will of the Sultan is here. Mashallah.
Mashallah. So he's crippled outright with the 3 hull points. So he's now highly damaged. And I'm just gonna see if I bring him Hazardous. I do not, unfortunately. But still, 1 Sadrazam crippled and 2 of those guys are gone. Okay, guys, we kept playing. There has been a lot of damage left and right. The Hurem activated after the Sirene, and first he resolved the 8 SRS tokens on the Oriflamme, doing 3 different criticals, especially systems offline, deactivating the shield generator. Right after he activated the Hurem, which made everything here 42 dice, doing 40 hits, so 10 points straight of the Oriflamme. He has 1 whole point left, like he has 11 in total. Ouch, even though I sacrificed 2 of my escort to make a little barrage good, because maybe I would have been crippled outright otherwise. And then I activated the Magenta. I activated my Levant Surge to push forward, and he's going there. Like, he did 6 points of damage on the Sadrazam, yes, which was a good attack. And now he's gonna make, and this is what we're doing, he's making a full broadside on those Al-Sakr. So he has a broadside value of 3, which means I'm gonna throw 3 dice each time. On a hit, it's gonna be 1 hull point straight, we ignore the armor. And on a double or explosive, it's 2 points of damage. They have 3 hulls each. So there is a chance, since there are light vessels on top, and I think one of them was damaged, no?
Yeah.
From the torpedo. So there is a chance that they die outright. So we're gonna start with this one in the front, which had already lost 1 hull, so he has 2 more from the torpedoes of the Magenta. The Magenta is going in for the kill. There is no defense, it's just pure damage. Let's roll! And it's gonna be 2 points of damage, so he's shot down by the broadside. He's going down. Let's go for this one. Come on, Magenta, break it down. Absolutely nothing. One of them is free. He makes an evasive maneuver, and this one, come on, big broadside. I do 1 point of damage. Okay, but I did sink one of them. That was fun, and I could do a broadside on the other side, but there is no target. That's it for the Magenta. And something very cool is happening, guys. The Magenta has exposed himself, and the Nasser are charging down. They have boarding party 6. So what they're going to try to do is they're charging forward. They're sending their Sky Pirates on the Magenta that has offered its broadside, trying to deactivate its shield generators before they unleash all their barrage weapons at point blank. That is extremely cool. Like, I think it's going to be the miniature of the video if I take some picture. It's going to be 20 dice of boarding, because you get +2 from old cards. And okay, not a great roll, unfortunately. And I do have my defense roll. If the defense roll is good, -3. He has some explosives though.
I relaunched it.
Already?
Yeah.
You need to make at least 9 hits. 10. So he breaches once the crew value of the Magenta. So he can choose 1 type of damage, of like something to do. He can make system of line, trying to deactivate the shield generator. He can also give -1 armor. It's actually technically the same. Or other things like navigation lock and stuff, but which are less important. Either way, I think it's gonna make one way or another -1 armor for my poor little Magenta. We'll resolve the shooting attack now. So okay, the generator system is now offline, and just as the shield goes down, the rockets are overwhelming the poor Magenta with 3 explosives, making another explosive. And that's going to be it. Still have my defense though. -1. This is like my boarding forces, because my Loire went here, crippling this Sadrazam. Actually obliterating 1 Sadrazam, I didn't show. And that is still a good roll. I don't have my shield generator anymore. So that is going to be 3 points of damage. He's crippled. He's not dead. Yeah, he's not.
For the Sultan!
Yeah. Oh my god. He is not dead yet. But now with this, he's 2 points of damage away from dying. All right, too many epic actions happening, guys. We wanted to show you as well the Oriflamme, because statistically, there is a chance that he finishes off the Hurrem, or Mehmed, like this guy, because he has 1 point left and then he's mass 4. So if I breach 5 times the armor only, I just recalculate because he's mass 4, I will breach him, like he will be dead. And to breach 5 times armor 4, no, he's armor 5 because of the shield. So I need to make 25 hits with 36 dice. Statistically, it should be good. But he sacrificed all his escorts. They're going forward for the torpedoes and everything from the Oriflamme, which repaired itself, by the way, even with jury rigged without anything bad. So that's good. 36 dice, and you're going to have a lot of defense. Will the Hurrem survive in this shock of titans? To be honest, he already did 10 points of damage on the Oriflamme, so he already made his points back. But let's take a look. Come on. It's a fair dice roll. However, I will activate a card. Okay, so we finished rolling. He had all these dice of defense. It's a good defense roll, minus 11. This is my roll after everything. We'll calculate, do I make 25 hits with minus 11 out of this? And yes, he did die. The Hurrem exploded in a fireball, doing a point of damage and a disorder on the Constantinople, and also on this poor Sirene, which is gonna die soon. He has 1 whole point left, and it's already gonna explode as soon as he goes to 0. Good job, Oriflamme, and he put some troops on the island. We are finishing the 5th turn. There has been a lot of slaughter left and right. I finished off one of the Sadrazam here with my Honor, which made all their barrage weapons with all their rockets. And that's basically what happened. The Constantinople repaired their disorder token that they received from the explosions and everything. The funny thing is that this guy got a critical damage, which is breach. He already has 2. And so at the end of his activation, since he has a breach, he will explode because he takes 1 point of damage, which is going to be a critical, which means he's going to breach his threshold. So this guy is exploding at the end of his activation. He tried to activate because he's crippled to shoot. He failed. He did activate his second action, the shooting from the rear gun battery, doing nothing on the Magenta. And so this guy explodes. It makes 1 point of damage here. So this guy is now crippled. He has like a lot of disorder, so he explodes as well. And then this guy is in range, so he goes to the yellow level of disorder and is crippled as well with no critical damage, but still. So there is really this chain reaction, and at some point we saw that it could have been even bigger chain reaction, but still very fun. 3rd turn is beginning. The Sultanate has the initiative. Probably the Magenta is going to be gone, or the Oriflamme. Someone is going to die somewhere. And I control this, making me 10 victory points at the end of the 2nd turn. Let's continue for the 3rd turn. Okay, guys. First activation of the Sultanate. I lost 3 ships. First, he resolved the SRS attack, doing like 5 critical damage on my Oriflamme, which exploded then, like as a first SRS resolution. Then he moved his Nasser here, shooting everything on the Loire, doing exactly what was needed to make an explosion. So the Loire here is gone. And then he made a broadside, doing 7 points of damage on the already crippled Magenta, which is obviously destroyed. Though it means that he goes up in a fireball and everybody around takes a point of damage and a token of disorder. We are starting to reach the end of the game where I don't have any flagship left. Neither has the Sultanate. We're really like at the last few ships fighting each other. After the very strong start of the turn, we had smaller activation. The Honor wiped out both of the Alsacer. They're quite fragile actually. Temir did some point of damage on the Écuyer, but not great roll. It was perfect defense rolls. The Sirene, this one repaired itself very well actually, and this one did 1 point of damage on the Konya, and that's about it. The Konya is about to make some torpedoes. There's going to be small activations, probably some shooting here, but probably it's not going to do much on the Alsacer. And that is going to be about the end of the turn. Let's meet at the end of the 3rd turn. Alright, we are finishing the 3rd turn. There has been quite some activation. I moved my Écuyer forward and he drifted with his Constantinople. Some rockets did nothing, but broadside killed one Écuyer and damaged the other one. On this side, I moved the Loire, doing quite some damage on this Constantinople here with all the weapons linking. And one Écuyer that could not link easily because it was at the 2nd level of disorder did broadside, doing 1 point of damage on each of those guys. Nice. And we are about there. The Honor are not flying anymore. Temir are here in defense. I still control with 10 troops the central island. So points are gonna start to accumulate. I just need to defend the island by now, which I might do, especially since for the 4th turn, I do have the initiative. And we will see. I will try, of course, to make a double activation. And if I can do this, it will probably finish up the game right here and there. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm maybe losing on the attrition side, but points-wise, we'll need to see at the end of the 5th turn how it happened. Let's go for the 1st turn. End of the 3rd turn, and the Alliance has initiative for the 4th. There has been few small activations. The Écuyère charged forward, trying to do some damage. They did nothing. Then the Constantinople moved forward, made some drift with lateral engines, shooting their broadside and rockets. Rockets did nothing on the Honor, but the broadsides killed one Écuyère and damaged the other one. Sirène did manage to activate and to repair a bit and to do a point of damage on the Cognac out there. And here the Loire did manage to, the whole pack, to move forward. They did some damage on the Constantinople with linking everything, and the little Écuyère that couldn't link with its friend because it was at the 2nd level of disorder did 1 point of damage on each of those guys. So as I've said, like, I have initiative for the next turn, the Alliance. I control the island, so 10 points every turn. Just need to defend it. We'll see how this goes. Let's go for the 4th turn. Guys, it's been quite lethal, the beginning of the 4th turn. Alliance can make a double activation, which is exactly what I did. First, the Honor killed one of the Nesser with a rocket barrage. Like, I didn't want to split, and it's good because he was dead, but splitting would for sure put have me in the bad area. So I killed an Nesser, which exploded, some damage around, and I was feeling quite bad. Everybody got damage. The Loire then activated with a double activation that we had. Did some killed outright Constantinople with a very good roll. Like, it was already quite damaged, but still exactly what was needed. And then full broadside of everyone around. One of the Nasser was killed outright and exploded, and then the other one got a little bit less damage, but he is only one critical away from, well, outright dying. So that is difficult indeed for him. He's gonna try to activate, but I basically finished my turn by now. I have like 2 small activations more, but basically just from this, I almost wiped out the Nasser unit, and he's gonna try to catch up and take back the island, but it's gonna be tough from now on for the Sultanate. Let's continue. He's activating the 7 SRS stacks on my guy. I don't have interception because I don't have any carrier. Let's have a roll. So he has a good attack roll. I still have right to my defense, -1, and that's it. He has like 5 explosives. Yeah, okay. There's gonna be quite a few critical on my poor Loire, but it will not explode until he is at 0 hull point left. Well, had a few more activations. The broadside of the Constantinople finished off the Écuyère. The Sirène didn't finish the Nasser and did 1 point of damage, and Azardus actually on the Cognac. But what happened here is the Nasser activated. He passed his crew check to make a broadside, making 2 points of damage on the already highly crippled Loire from the massive air attack of the SRS. The Loire then instantly exploded, which made the last 3rd critical damage on the Nasser, which also exploded, and taking both of them with them, the little Écuyère, which had only 1 whole point left. So the entire area here is just one massive fireball, and everybody is dead. Pretty sure the French soldiers on the island are like, what the hell happened? Big kamikaze attack from the Nasser, and it was very, very fun. We're starting to lose a lot of things. I think that's the end of the 4th turn. There's going to be a last 5th turn to make the last points of damage here and there. And then we'll count the points at the end of the 5th turn. End of the 5th turn, the Honor activated first, and they shot down they obliterated the Cognac. Then it was turn of the Constantinople, sent some SRS on this guy, by the way, trying to cripple him. It did not, at 1 hit, it was only 1 critical, and this guy survived. The Constantinople then moved away and exited the battle area, trying to have some survivors at least. The Sirène went here, and this one repaired the disorder, and this one puts 2 more troops, so the island is well in control. And the Temir, seeing that the battle was not going their way, also decided not to die for nothing and left the area to fight for another day. So we will not have to calculate the points, like the island is firmly in the control of the Alliance. There are not so many survivors in the end, as you can see, but victory. Small victory of the Alliance. We lost the entire squadron of Loire, the Magenta, the Oriflamme, the Écuyère, everybody's dead, but we have the island. So that's it. Good job, little Alliance. And now that the game is over, we will go for the debriefing. All right, end of the game. We hope that you enjoyed this first English battle report on Love and War Games. As we've said, there is a much better filmed and edited and everything video on HiigyTV, and we're going to make more and more battle reports of the 4th edition, including a how-to-play tutorial battle report soon-ish, like as soon as I receive my our stuff for the 4th edition. It's like middle of October. Hopefully it's going to come soon by the time we record this video. We hope that you enjoyed. Let us know what you thought of this meta if you got to play the 4th edition. Overall, the game is way faster. It's one of the first time we finished 5 turns. Yes, it was only 1,500 points, but few things. 1,500 points, we already had games like this and we never finished on time. Like now, I don't have the time. Yeah, it's less than 5 in the afternoon. Let me tell you, we never finish this early usually. So the game is faster by far. And it's our first game. Like we're still discovering, oh, what is this rule? What does it do? How does it work? Like, can you make broadside on IL and stuff? We're still discovering, and still we finish super early. So yes, the game plays significantly faster than 3rd edition, which is not hard to do. It was very slow, the 3rd edition, but everything is more fluid. The repair, the disorder, the linking, everything is much easier, and the game is just more fun. Like, I mean, when you win, the game feels more fun. But tell us, Camille, you played quite a few times in 3rd edition.
Yeah.
What do you think of this 4th edition? You didn't check your rules that much before you came, so you kind of put the units that were there. So that's also why, like, don't think the Sultanate is weak. They have some very strong weapons. The D cannons look insane. The portals look very strong. It was just a discovery battle report. But with discovering this 4th edition, what did you think of the game?
Well,
now?
First of all, the SRS are way more better, really.
Yeah, it's much more fun. Like, you cannot park and kill everything. You can finish off cripple, like what you did for the Oriflamme. With the Oriflamme, I couldn't even activate. It was crippled, and it was like, okay, he's weakened. He smells the blood in the water. It's like all the SRS, and then criticals, and you explode. And it's not anymore instant die. So SRS better.
Yeah.
Especially for the Sultanate.
Yeah, for the Sultanate, very aggressive.
Yeah.
But way more option. Mm-hmm. But for the Sultanate, really, in V4, really lovely. I don't use all the portal or all the tools
yet,
but still, with what we have, a lot of movements with the lateral engine.
Lateral engine, like with the aircraft carrier, I was like, what the? It's Tokyo Drift, like the lateral engine.
Drift in the models is beautiful. Really, a lot of firepower, a lot of option. I really need to see, but yeah,
a bit fragile. But yeah, this was always the case.
Sultanate, we really need portal, but even without that, we have a lot of possibility. So really compared to V3, so we still have fun with Sultanate, a lot of speed, a lot of firepower, and the rule, like you say, way more simple, less heavy in the head.
Yeah, you don't feel as tired after playing the full game, for sure. They have, more light rules.
So curious, now I have my Egyptians ready.
Yeah, they're here.
And I really love the aerial units.
The Turkish aerial, they were unplayable basically in 3rd edition. I think they were some of the worst units in the game, and which was very sad. But now they're very strong. The Nasser, wow. Even the Al-Sakr, they're light, but they do pack a punch. Like against my Magenta, I was like, oh, 3 Al-Sakr, what can you do? Damn, can do a lot. And yes, they're fragile, like very low armor and everything, but now they do punch as they are supposed to. And I didn't see yet, of course the game is not balanced yet, it's still beta. So there are things like, okay, this is strictly superior, it's not yet balanced in the point. But I didn't find yet in any of it, I didn't read everything in depth, I didn't find anything yet where I'm like, okay, this isn't playable, this is too bad. So hopefully we will see more variety on the tables, even for the narrative games. And yeah, looking forward for the Egyptians next time, for sure. Maybe a full ground battle over the desert and stuff, we started to have some ideas. We'll see how it goes. For the French, I already talked a bit in HiigyTV's video, to say again, lots of fun with the French. They are still also a little bit glass cannon, we will be honest, but they are so much fun, fun in making some coordinated attacks between each other, linking everything, having one big unit of 3 Loire and 2 Écuyères, or the Oriflamme and escorts and Écuyères as well. It's very fun. The Honor are MVPs, both games, HiigyTV's and now, they've been absolute MVPs. They're very resilient for what they do, especially if you can make them in Levant. Magenta is a glass cannon. I was stupid how I played it, but it's a very good ship. It's just like I played it like a noob.
But we got the best action.
Yeah, we got the miniature out of it where it was between like the Al-Sakr and okay, it was very cool. It was very cool. Let's say it was for the cinematic moment. We knew this. The Oriflamme is very good now. Like it's tanky enough. Like it still got almost one shot by the Hurem, but still it's still cheap-ish and it still can do quite a lot. And the Sirène, love how they are played now, especially this little redeployment thing where you can do, where the bait was successful because he puts the Temir on the side. They could have done a lot of damage on the from the flank if they were in the center pushing back, and they were on the flank and they couldn't do much in the end because of the bait. So very good, the Sirène. Next time, if I play the French, I will try them with the alternative old Épaulards version as artillery. They work really good with aircraft carriers, which I didn't have. And now I really feel like even defensively, you need aircraft carriers because his SRS tokens, for example, each SRS faction has a different stat lines. And his SRS have 4 dice for attack, but they're very fragile. They have only 2 points of resilience. So it means if I have just one little aircraft carrier of the Volière, it would have been enough to almost nullify his SRS. Almost, like it'd still be a fight and the summer would survive. But I really feel like I need one aircraft carrier in my list to help intercepting. Before, in 3rd edition, you would be stupid to use your SRS in defense, and now it really feels like you can, especially if you have, like the Commonwealth, some interceptors which are bad in attack and good in interception. Very happy with the 4th edition, as we've said. The French are so fun. All the factions we've seen so far seem very fun, and the developers are much more reactive in what we say. They don't answer too fast, like, okay, let's change everything. But we can feel they have a real rules team working now. So congrats, War Cradle. The game is much better, and we cannot wait to see how the game is going to evolve over the coming weeks and months with the new sub-factions that have been teased. The Greeks, the Koreans, everything, the Australians and everything. Really looking forward. We will cover the 4th edition as we did the 3rd. We're going to have the Crown starter soon, so we're going to make a full how to start with the Crown coming very, very soon, and then every faction, we hope, every 2 months, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. We hope. I don't know. This is speculation. Maybe like in Armored Clash, one starter every 2 months. We hope. Thank you very much, guys, for having watched until the end. You know how it works. Little comment to win a chance to win one of the 2 armies that are in play, so War Machine armies. And a thumbs up, subscribe, and everything. Thank you, guys, and until the next video, remember to keep all things fair in love and war games.